5 everyday objects you can use for divination. Divination is the ancient practice of seeking knowledge or insight through spiritual or mystical means. While tools like tarot cards and crystal balls are well known, you can also use everyday items for divination. These objects are often already imbued with meaning and energy, making them powerful conduits for esoteric exploration. How do everyday objects connect to the esoteric arts? Each of these everyday objects that we'll discuss holds symbolic and energetic significance. By using these tools for divination, you bridge the gap between the mundane and the mystical, tapping into universal energies and subconscious wisdom. This practice aligns with the following esoteric principles. Synchronicity. Coined by Carl Jung, synchronicity is the idea that meaningful coincidences reveal deeper connections between the individual and the cosmos. Intent and focus. Divination requires the practitioner to focus their energy and intent, aligning their thoughts with the universal flow. Symbolism. Whether interpreting shapes in tea leaves or patterns in wax, the use of symbols allows for intuitive and archetypal understanding. Let's have a look at 5 everyday objects you can use for divination, their esoteric significance, and practical methods for using them. But before getting started, remember to subscribe to stay up to date on new videos that come out, and like this video if you learned something useful. Books for Bibliomancy. What is it? Bibliomancy is the practice of divination using books, often sacred or meaningful texts, to find guidance or answers to questions. So how can we use it? First, choose a book that resonates with you. This could be a spiritual text, a favorite novel, even a dictionary. Next, hold your question in your mind. What is your question? Focus your intent and energy. Then close your eyes. Open the book to a random page and let your finger fall on that line or paragraph. Last, read the passage. Interpret it as an answer or guidance related to your question. What's the esoteric connection here? Books are repositories of human thought and collective consciousness. Bibliomancy taps into the synchronicity of the universe, where the right passage is revealed at the perfect moment. This practice aligns with the Hermetic principle of mentalism, where the mind connects to universal wisdom. A pendulum for dowsing. What is it? A pendulum is any weighted object that swings freely on a string or chain. While traditional pendulums are often crystals, a necklace, ring, or key can serve as an everyday alternative. How to use it? First, tie a string or chain to a weighted object, such as a ring or pendant. Next, establish a yes or no baseline by asking simple questions you already know the answers to. Watch the pendulum's movement, for example, clockwise for yes and counterclockwise for no. Then ask your question and observe the pendulum's response. Trust your intuition when interpreting the movement. What's the esoteric connection? Pendulums work by channeling subtle energy fields and amplifying your subconscious mind's intuitive answers. This ties into the concept of microcosmic and macrocosmic energies, as described in alchemical and esoteric traditions. Teacups for tasseography, or tea leaf reading. What is it? Tasseography involves interpreting patterns left by tea leaves or even coffee grounds in a cup. How can you do this? First, brew a loose leaf tea, or coffee if you prefer, and drink most of the liquid, leaving a small amount at the bottom. Next, swirl the cup gently 3 times, then invert it into a saucer. Allow any remaining liquid to drain. Then, examine the patterns left by the tea leaves or the coffee grounds, using intuition to interpret shapes, symbols, and images. Common interpretations include a heart for love, a circle for completion, or a bird for freedom. What's the esoteric connection? Tasseography connects with the esoteric concept of symbolic interpretation. The shapes and patterns are seen as reflections of the querent's inner world or future potential, aligning with the diviner's intuitive insights. Candles for wax divination. Ceromancy. What is it? Ceromancy involves interpreting the shapes and patterns formed by dripping wax. While candles are common magical tools, their melted wax can be used for divination in a pinch. How can you use it? First, light a candle and focus on a question or intention. Next, allow wax to drip onto a bowl of water or a flat surface. Observe the shapes and patterns formed as the wax cools. Then interpret the shapes based on their symbolic meanings. For example, a star may signify hope, while a spiral could represent growth or cycles. What's the esoteric connection? Fire and wax are both transformative elements. In esoteric traditions, fire represents inspiration and will, while wax embodies the material world. Ceromancy reflects how spiritual energy manifests in physical form, offering insights into unseen dynamics. Coins for flip divination. What is it? Coin divination uses a simple heads or tails approach, but you can deepen the process by combining it with intentions or creating your own symbolic associations. First, take a coin and assign meanings to heads or tails. For example, heads for yes, tails for no, or heads for just do it, and tails for just wait. Next, hold your question in your mind, focusing on the energy and intent of the inquiry. Then flip the coin and interpret the result. For more complex questions, you can flip multiple coins and look for patterns or combinations. What's the esoteric connection? The binary nature of coin flips resonates with the duality found in many esoteric systems, such as yin and yang or positive and negative forces. Coin divination channels the randomness of chance into meaningful synchronicity, providing clarity through simplicity. These were 5 ways that you can use everyday objects for divination. So in conclusion, divination doesn't require expensive or elaborate tools. Everyday objects, infused with your intent and energy, can be powerful conduits for insight and guidance. The key is to trust your intuition and remain open to the messages these tools reveal. By incorporating these simple methods into your practice, you can deepen your connection to the esoteric arts while discovering the magic in the ordinary. So what's your favorite divination tool and why? We'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Thanks, and don't forget to share this video.